Howdy there, guys, and welcome back to Edgar TV as the World Darts Championship is about to start, and I thought it's a good time to look back over some of the greatest upsets in World Darts history to remind us that anything can happen, and we may see this list extended this year in 2024. Now, some of these have aged really well and some of them haven't aged as well. The first one I'm going to tell you is back in 2014 when Michael Smith, a young Michael Smith, defeated Phil Taylor, a 16-time world champion, looking to become the 17-time world champion. Phil Taylor went into this event as the defending champion on the back of an epic final with Michael van Gerwen when he won it the year previous. Michael Smith was a young player coming through the rankings, was seeded number 32 for this event. It all came down to that final set where Michael Smith went out in 11 darts, 13 darts and won it with a 1-2-8 finish on the ball, giving us one of the most iconic celebrations on the World Championship stage where he ran down the stage in sheer delight. Now, I put this up there with the likes of Dean Winstanley when he hit that 9-darter, things that really stick out in the mind as a key celebration in the darting world. Michael Smith did go on this year to become the PDC Young Dart Player of the Year. We all know what happened to him since. He's now the world number one and world champion. But for how long, we don't know. But world champions don't always do well. We've seen Phil Taylor take a tumble here to an outsider. What about back in 2009 when John Part was the defending world champion at the time? He had a first round draw against an American player called Bill Davies. Bill Davies didn't, or a American player should I say, hadn't won a game on the world championship stage until Bill Davies beat John Part, and he didn't just beat him, he demolished him. It was 3-0 to Bill Davies with an average of 90.86. Part averaged 91.51. Another ironic story there was both players who played the World Championship final the year previous, John Part and Kirk Shepard, both went out in the opening round the next year. Imagine that happening these days. Kirk Shepard losing out 3-2 to Jan van der Rassel, which swiftly leads me in to my next link. Kirk Shepard, what a huge upset story that was. He reached the final of the World Championship in 2008 and he had an epic run. Beat the number 4 seed Terry Jenkins in the opening game, the number 29 seed Mick McGowan, the number 13 seed Barry Bates, the world number 5 at the time in the quarterfinals Peter Manley, and the man who was on his third PDC in a row World Championship semi-final, Wayne Mardle, before losing out to John Part in that final. That whole run should go as an upset, not just the opening games. It nearly was replicated. Don't think that was a one-off, and don't think it can't happen again. It nearly did. 2018, Jamie Lewis, the young Welshman, beat the likes of Peter Wright en route to his semi-final. And Peter Wright at that point was one of the favourites to win the tournament. He had 11 titles that year, and the PDPA qualifier Jamie Lewis took him out with 107.30 average, got all the way through to the semi-finals where he lost out to a retiring Phil Taylor, who retired after losing to Rob Cross in the final. Now, it's key to remember that Jamie Lewis got into this event on the PDPA qualifier, but didn't just get into it on the PDPA qualifier, he got into it on the PDPA qualifier 3rd and 4th place playoff. So he lost and then got the playoff position. So he got into this as not just an alternate, but an alternate to the alternates, and then reached the semi-final. Again, reminding us that anything can happen here at the World Championships. When the prize money is this big, the nerves start to jangle. And who knows where the shocks are going to come from this year. I bet you wouldn't have predicted it. Back in 2012, James Richardson, an unknown bricklayer at the time from Northampton, was the world number 85 when he took on the 5-time world champion Raymond van Barneveld. And didn't just beat him 3-0, he annihilated him by 3-0. 2 1-4-5 finishes along the way as well. It was one of the most one-sided games. If you literally was watching this game for the first time ever and you said one of these is a debutant who at that point no one really had heard of, the world number 85, The other one is a 5-time world champion. Who is who? You would have said James Richardson was the 5-time world champion. He absolutely annihilated Barneveld here and really did live up to that name of ruthless. So there are 5 situations or huge upsets that I'm going to give you from the World Darts Championship history. If you want to share one of yours, something that's really surprised you, it could be recent, it could be back in the past. We could go for Wayne Havenga. There's another one for you. In 2007, I think it was, 3-0 down to Peter Manley, turned it around and took him out. Shocks always tend to happen somewhere in this event. Let me know down in the comment section. And if you think your biggest shock was Darius Labanauskas beating Matt Edgar twice, I'm with you on that one as well. That was a huge surprise. Well, it was to me anyway. Why do I have to keep bringing it up? Let's just leave that in the past. No one put that in the comment section. Let's leave that one alone. But I will see what you are putting down there. Do make sure you subscribe. We'll be live all the way through the World Championships, and I'll catch you there for some more Edgar TV. Edgar TV.